We're going to talk about a nice little weapon I found today. Well, maybe it's not so little. The Afflicted Staff, and other Afflicted weapons too. As you can see, it's green and has the Demon Heart green fire effect on it. And of course you could wear this with normal Demon Heart to enhance the effect. But at some point, I think it's just too much green fire, and it kind of takes away from the staff being unique. So I don't wear my full Demon Heart set with it, even if it does look cool. Anyway, let's take that off. Let's talk about the stats now. So the weapon has the same stats as a Master Grove weapon, except it's 20 levels lower, it doesn't bind unequipped, it gives poison damage, and has a proc to activate minor poison weapon, with only a 3% chance. But there's something that made this Afflicted weapon in particular stand out from the other ones. Well, normally staves are two-handed, but this says one-handed. So I bought it for 50 grand and I'm like, hey, what's the worst that could happen? But if you're trying to equip an offhand, it doesn't work. So that's just a lie. It's kind of a similar situation with the fairy weapons in 2012. The two-handed swords were one-handed and they also didn't work with offhands. So I guess that's just a mistake. Anyway, still a Master Grove weapon with 20 levels lower. And that 3% proc chance isn't actually that bad, all things considered. Because if we can manage to make this thing proc, well, it lasts for 120 seconds, which is more than enough time to proc it again. But the damage it gives isn't that high. Well, I actually did some testing though. I tried putting points in decks to see if that would increase the effect, because I know lure rings work that way, and it actually did, and I'm guessing cunning helps too if it works like that. And after all the math I did, it came out to be a level 10 poison weapon. Which, I mean, I know that's not that high because poison weapon is pretty weak, but it is poison damage, and especially on the faster weapons, or if you have heroic gloves, maybe even both, you'll have that effect on most of the time. Damage wise though, just like the Master Grove weapons, it's pretty weak. It's not that much stronger than an ancient weapon for any of the weapons, even with the poison damage. But the main thing people use Master Grove weapons for is PvP. As you can see, it adds focus and shield of bark, and you could equip this, cast shield of bark, then put something else on and use that instead and still have the full effect of the bark. Sometimes I would do it with the Master Grove weapon and protective stance, because the mace has 3 protective stance. I can get 40 out of 20, but that would prevent me from using a Dorkeen weapon for the strength buff. This has a little bit better synergy with that, because the Dorkeen buff gives focus, and this gives focus. You could use that, then use this, and cast an even better bark skill. And maybe even use this if you don't have a better focus weapon. But by the time you're 50, you have a Master Grimoire, so unless you're poor or not level 50, that won't apply to you. All in all, it's a pretty unique weapon, and I mean, decently effective, mainly just a collectible for how it looks. But let me tell you how to get it. So these weapons, they're from a rare mini-boss called Tainted Bear. And it's in Fingal's Cave. And the screenshot that is shown shows this bear, and it looks like it's in this cave. But I'm not sure, I never farmed it myself. There's also other bear tunnels within this area, but I'm not sure if they have a chance of spawning them or not. In any case, I'm assuming that the chance of getting each weapon is even, so that means most of your weapons will be warrior weapons, if so. If not, it'll be hard to get the right warrior weapon that you want, since there's 3 different possibilities for warriors. Well, that's about all I got for you on this video. There are similar weapons to this, but I haven't found one yet. When I do, I'll make another video, and I think you'll like it.